Hold just a minute. I never said I had the Astrum.
What do you mean? Are you kidding me?
I said it was a two-way street. Or did you really think you could trade for Astrum with a mere handful of iron ore?
What else do you want me to do?
I want you to deliver an important shipment, but the buyer and I, well, had a few misunderstandings, so I shouldn't show my face. The reception point agreed on is the base of the Omnium Tower. Don't fret, the guy didn't know I'm the seller. You should hustle now.
Nice. So this is a game I've been wanting to play for a little while. I don't know if I couldn't download it before, but it doesn't really matter. I think it was only a beta open to certain invites, but now it's at least on downloadable from their website. It's a free-to-play game. Plays very similar to Genshin, and I've been trying to wrap my head around it just the last day or so. I've been playing it for a few hours now. I haven't gotten too far into the story, but I think I've played enough to do a quick review on it, and overall I think it's really, really a fun game. I think it's got a lot of potential. The music, again, is really good. I think it's nowhere near the quality of Genshin, but I think that's to be expected. But still, it's got a lot of really nice potential. I really like the combat. It's got a similar gacha system. We actually have to talk to the mysterious kid.
Show me.
He has the goods. A lot of the plot seems a little bit
like you to be out here by yourself?
all over the place at the minute. We're kind of just another adventurer that's had an interesting backstory. It kind of throws you straight into it as usual. So we're actually going back to this place over here. But the travelling mechanics are quite nice. There's all different ways. There is fall damage, as I've just did there. There's still like a food system, which is very similar to more or less like Breath of the Wild. It's another sort of Breath of the Wild-esque style game with a million times menus. There's vehicles which seem, I guess I could in theory use the vehicle to get across here. Hasn't actually sprung to mind. I don't really mind so much in that, but the main way in here, so like Genshin has characters that are your different sort of power in the game. This kind of has that. Call them sims, but basically you get these sims that come with weapons. I thought there'd be a lot more than there are. I think this is it. And I've done some wishing and actually just got humor here, which is really OP, really added to my team. So the main way, we can either use her by activating it, and it will now take away the traveler and give me her. But from what I can tell so far in my experience in the game, I don't think the actual character here makes a difference. I think it's just a sort of a skin, essentially, but what this character does come with. I looked at Bailing and instantly wanted her, and we ended up getting her. And then we've got Echo, which was the first one I got, and Pepper. And I've actually had a few copies of Pepper, and I don't think it's done anything. I could be wrong here. I can't, from my research, at least here, I can't see if it's actually done anything. But what it actually has done, indeed, what it has done is you get basically weapon slots. And so each of these, this was Echo's weapon, which you can see here. This is Huma's weapon, which I just unlocked, as I say. And this is Bailing's weapon, which I've been really having a lot of fun with this bow. The bow is probably the more interesting one to me. As a quick tip I read online, I was initially using this set with obviously Pepper's staff, and then there's some blue weapons that you start off with. You start off with this sword, and it'll probably still be good if you leveled it up, but I assume the basis of the game is you want to be using these higher tier weapons, which I haven't spent anything. This has all been free to play so far, and I've only put a few hours in. There's a few different types of currencies. I'm not going to go into that. I will show what I was recommended to me, and has helped me a lot. If I do make this a video, I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. But it comes as default with smart aiming, and someone read online you want to check this last box, and what it does, at least for PC here, what it does for me is it enables me to, it helps, like, whatever your character's looking at is what, oh wow, we're actually unarmed now, what your character's looking at is what you're going to end up attacking. So that obviously selects, you've got 3 different sets of weapons you can have, just presets. But from my gathering, with upgrading them, use basic upgrade tools, which I think all the weapons primarily use the same upgrades, unless you want to augment them, which requires different gems. But it's not, so far at least, as in depth as Genshin on the building side of things, but I could be just
He
at the
said it
beginning of it.
tasted good, and ordered more too? Ha! What a foreign simpleton.
But it's free to play, and I think games like this are really fun games
Where's
to...
the Astrum?
You're getting a lot of quality for just being a
I
free
do have
game.
them. Or more accurately, someone entrusted them to me.
Was it Mr. Colador?
You didn't hear that from me. Anyway, the bigwig client instructed me to deliver the Astrum to a specified location. That's all I can say.
Where was it?
Oops, I seem to have forgotten.
Why, you...
Though for a businessman like me, I jot down every crucial detail in the ledger, including the location. But unfortunately, I misplaced it inside the ruins in the mountains on my last expedition. So if you can retrieve it...
Bear in mind, this is the last time.
So it's interesting, the character customization was pretty in-depth, and you can still customize, I believe, to a degree once you've created your character, but I think once you've created her, I think that kind of is it. I don't know how much we can change her. I think maybe you can change a bit. Maybe you can still change stuff. I don't know. It could be the height you can't change. I've heard some discrepancy online with that. But there was some default ones to choose from, and then you could modify, and then there was some by the community that you could download. I believe this was a community one, then I modified it, is what I did here. But then you got the outfits that are all default here that you can then customize, I think, for a bit of currency. It seems like it costs a bit of currency. And then I don't know about any of these other outfits. I was using that one for the beginning. And I accidentally made that. I didn't mean to make that. What you want to do is you want to go to like custom, and then you want to here, and then you can actually customize different colors of it. But that might probably what cost money. I don't really know. Or cost currency at least. But I just made this one. This one's nice. I think it's nice anyway. And then what we gotta... I'll just do a bit of missions here. I mean, that's literally all I've been doing is going back and forth for missions. You get these items called relics, and it seems to be, it can be attack. Ah, we have another friendly. There's like random players online, but from what I've gathered, you can't really do a lot. There's maybe a big clan thing you can do. I'm expecting I'm probably going to be underpowered at like level 20. But I've seen a few people online on this server. It seems to be potluck what server you choose and what you get. I think this is like Magenta server or something like that in Europe. There's like loads to choose and they're all called different names. See, so I really just come up here. We've got to go back down. And now we haven't got voice acting. I don't know if there's any really way you can interact though. It is what it is, I think. So now we can teleport, I think. I'm not too sure how we open some of this up. But we're best to probably travel. And so I was going about relics. There's these relics in the game. And you can have 2 set at a time. I've got a few so far. I've got these missile ones, which is an attack one. The strange cube, which is again like another attack one. And then I've got a jetpack and a jet board, which are used to like travel around. I haven't tried equipping both the jetpack and the jet board, but I've got the cube set to 4. My controls, I've tried to set up the controls very similar to Genshin. You can do that quite easily. It takes a little bit of messing around. I'll show my controls. I mean, mine are a little bit off anyway. I haven't really used change target. But the weapons, to get it to feel like Genshin, I've had to use weapon 1 as 2, and then weapon 2 as 1, which confuses me, but I think it's because the default layout's a bit weird. And then weapon 3 is 3. And I've got, like, my skill is Q, wherever that is. Weapon skills is Q. And then, yeah, my relic skill for, say, attack is then 4. So it's very similar to Genshin again in that regard. And then whatever I'm having, like, say, jetpack or something, is going to be X. So far, that seems to be the most comfortable for me, and then vehicle is V, but that's not really. Speaking of vehicle, we can actually probably use that now quite a lot. That's probably a good thought there. It's a bit cheesy, but I think it's the art style's got a lot of promise with this sort of game. I guess I've done enough talking. We can do some combat here. I don't need to. I just actually just clean these out, but I've just been playing for the last year. I thought, fuck it. We can do a video. There's some in-depth to the combat, like you get buffs for like dodging, certain weapon like button combos, you will get different combinations. So if I charge here, we'll do a different attack. But then say with the bow, if I just want to do a normal charge attack, we can do that as well, which is actually powerful. Oh my days, I've never seen this. Okay, well, I haven't got any stamina, so we gotta chill for a minute. It's actually really powerful if you do if you get 3 charges on this bow on the side of it. The 3rd charge is really powerful. At least so far, anyways, at my level. The main thing, as I say, it seems to be the weapon ranking. That's where your power comes from. So if you can do the weapon ranking, then, which seems to be just by doing the story here. I've had plenty of opportunities to find materials, and there is at least a few hours worth of clicking rewards, which I'm probably sure I've got some here, but there's always these highlights everywhere saying here to claim rewards. I felt like most of the game so far has been claiming rewards. Genshin starts you off in a similar way. I guess most gacha games do, whereby just completing basic tasks, you'll unlock a lot of stuff in the game. Okay. Nice little surprise. I'll take this. This weapon I got is seriously powerful. So like the essentially in comparison to Genshin, like the 4 stars, I should have said at the beginning.
Are we starting a new journey?
These are essentially, I think, the 4 stars.
Ready to go.
And then this is an SSR, which is like the 5 stars. I didn't really expect to get an SSR so early. I expected that to be quite hard. I haven't really done my research. I think that was me getting quite lucky. Wait, so if we go to special orders, this is like the wishing page essentially. And it was off of this banner doing singles. And I had 5 left just as I signed on today. As I say, I've had some duplicate. You get a lot of duplicate weapons which get converted into weapon experience, which has been helpful, I suppose. And there's different types, so if I go back to that, we'll just get. It seems to be live, so it doesn't actually pause, and I keep pressing special orders. So yeah, it says guaranteed SSR every 10 orders, and then SSR after 80 orders. You can see I've done 29, and that's about as many as the game's given me. And I had like 5 left, and I was on the literally that's when I got that one. That's the last time I pulled. Molten Shield V2. Nightingale's Feather, Staff of Scars, Nightingale's Feather. I've had a couple of duplicates. I had Bailing once, and I think I've had some weapons outright. I assume they just go into XP, as I said before, and I've had quite a few of these. These seem to be the main thing you get when you travel in the game, these purple nucleus. Oh, what is going on? This is not safe. It's not safe. But yeah, you get there's different currencies there to do, and I think some are paid, I think most of them can be probably paid, like any sort of gacha game. But overall, it feels really good. I'm really having a good time with it. I'm not affiliated or sponsored or anything to do with the video. I just thought I'd do a reaction sort of video of just a little bit. I don't know, 10 minutes of it or whatever. Here, I'll edit up. Although, it would be nice to have an affiliate link, but we'll say that. But yeah, I'll probably stream a bit of this on some free-to-play weekends. I'm going to do over on Twitch. We'll do a bit here, and then I'll leave the video there. This is looking interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Well, we're getting a bit on the full damage. Rotate. Yeah, this weapon's really powerful. I don't know what it is. Is it rotating? No, I don't know what's...
Promised! I promised!
Energy transmission limit exceeded.
Theo!
Kolador had a chance to work with us to save Theo, but he refused. And you saw what happened.
Zeke, you can't trust them!
Number 2, take me to see him.
Ha!
How's it looking there?
Did you find Theo? Mr. Kolador is hurt badly and requires immediate attention. As for Theo, no, it can't be.
We're too late.
Franz, I ran into Zeke and that cyborg woman in there.
I knew they had something to do with this. However, shutting off Omnium Tower is the pressing issue.
Found the Astrum, but it's depleted and has to be recharged. Mr. Kolador mentioned Sean in 201 has what we're looking for.
I think he meant Shelter 201, southeast side of Banj's port. Quite a distance from here. I'll mark it on your map. Check it out as soon as possible. Let me know if you find anything.